What's going on, everyone? It's Greg back with some more Watcher of Realms. And first and foremost, I want to thank everyone for all the support. Did kind of revive this channel for this game. The previous game I was playing a while back was a crypto NFT game, so I don't think YouTube was too forgiving to me when I first started posting these videos. But it seems to be picking up now, and I appreciate all the support, everyone watching. And if you don't mind, let me know how your day is going down in the comments, or anything you want to talk about in the game. Any kind of interaction does help. Make sure you hit that like button as well. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And let's go ahead and get into the video. So this is I actually recorded this a few minutes ago, and I was getting upwards of close to 20 minutes, and I hadn't even talked about the last hero yet. So I want to try something a little bit different here. We're going to do a quick fire review on the 3 new heroes: Captain Reve, Arrogance, and Razaak. And we're going to talk about the events going on and the difference between them. So let's start with just the events, and then we'll go through the characters. Captain Reve's event, Abyssal Nexus. This is one that's going to last longer than the others, 18th through the 22nd. So a little bit longer. These go through the 20th, so it's a couple extra days on this one. And it's still a 10 times drop rate banner. It's 10 times drop rate for Captain Reve, and I'm guessing a siren is on there. We're not going to waste time talking about him. He's not that great, but hey, he's there. Captain Reve, and I know a lot of people are saying Reve, but I actually watched Ivy's video, and after doing a little more digging, I agree with her on the French origin and how they would say it, and if you look at the pronunciations, the kind of the Americanized way to say it is Rev. There is a French way to say it with a little twang, if you could say the R like that, but not me. I'll stick with Rev. So anyway, he is they're getting their own banner, and this is going to be, I can't remember if the general pity carries over, but this 250 pity will not carry over to any other events. Now, key thing is here, he's event only. He will only be able to get Captain Rev during his events. So when he's the actual drop on his event summons, he will not be going into the general pool, as do the other heroes such as Arrogance and Razaak. They will end up in the regular pool, and so when 2 times summoning come around, you can wait for that as well. But your only opportunity to get Rev is going to be on this 10 times drop rate banner that is limited, and he will be exclusive to this. So keep that in mind. If you really want him, that's when you need to go for him. The other banner, 10 times rate, Arrogance, Razaak, and Salil, Olak, and Madan. Madan, good healer. Olak, very good tank, really good tank. I think his drop rate, his hidden drop rate is pretty low for the epics. I'm definitely looking to pick him up as almost not as much as Arrogance, but probably as much as I would want a Razaak. And then Salil, I'm not worried about Salil. Don't need to worry about her. So let's go ahead and talk about the heroes real quick. And so you got to decide between what you want to go for. Do you want to go for Rev? I'm gonna say I don't personally recommend any free-to-play to go for Rev. I don't think that's the best choice, especially because Awakenings. Well, the fact that you're not gonna get any dupes to him in the regular banners, I guess is kind of helpful. And I think there's still a decent chance of pulling him way before 250, especially with the 10 times rate up. Your pity can still help you here because you're going to use the blue summon stones, and the pities are dependent on the stone you're using. So it doesn't matter what the event rate is or what the event is. It all depends on what that stone is. So the blue stones have the same pity timer throughout all banners. So if you're close to a pity, then you still have the 10 times chance, a pretty good shot at getting Rev. So hey, it might be worth it. Same thing on Arrogance and Razaak. If that's more your target, if you're close to pity, you have a decent shot of getting them because you're going to hit your pity, legendary pity, and you got the 10 times rate. So that is pretty nice that carries over, but this pity will not carry over. So if you do 200 summons and you still haven't got Rev, and you don't make it to 250, the next time it comes around, you start back at 0. So keep that in mind. If you're really going for that guarantee, you need to have 250 summons ready to go. and that's not a normal amount. That's not a normal situation. So there you go. That will help you in choosing what you want to go for. So let's give I'm gonna give the quick and dirty rundown on the hero. So we'll talk about Captain Reve real quick. He's a tank defender. I guess I don't know if I should call him a tank per se. He is an attacking defender. He has a nice AOE. He does magic damage, so that's good. Typical basic attack. Now his ultimate is going to throw out these chains all around him. They will slow the enemies and do AOE damage. Again, you can read the details on there, but you can see here it has very nice range. Going to hit a lot of mobs. He has a passive that is going to inflict slow on up to 10 enemies in range. You'll see that little circle on the ground. If anything that enters that circle, as long as it's under 10 total enemies, will get slowed. Once you get above that, I mean the ones above that are not going to slow down. Abyssal Envoy restores. So basically, you got some self-sustain there. That's pretty nice as well. And I don't know why the scrolling doesn't want to work. Then we have two passives related to gold. So by himself, he'll get you an extra 6% gold. If you also pull Razaak, you have both of them, you get a total of 12% more gold per battle. So hey, then it's not a ton, but it's nothing to really scoff at. Now, is he gonna make any huge difference anywhere? Not necessarily. I mean, he can help you in gear raid 1. He can help you in gear raid 2, a little bit less. Probably more so gear raid 1. General, where you need AoE, the AoE arena. It's nice to have a nice AoE ground unit, and his AoE is pretty wide on that ultimate. And so he's not going to be bad. I mean, definitely if you get him, build him. I kind of want him, but I want Arrogance more. So it's kind of just a decision on your part. Do you really want the event exclusive? Then go for him. Like, he's not going to be a bad unit to get, but he's not really serving some particular purpose. It's just another option you have, and he can do good in some areas. So that's it for Captain Reve. It's up to you whether or not you want to pick him up. Now, my personal is Arrogance. So before I go into Arrogance, I'm going to talk about Razaak real quick here. We're going to give you quick and dirty. You go through his skills and stuff. He is more like Maul. His ultimate looks pretty cool. Has the tentacles that pop up. He's hitting ground units here. I'm assuming he definitely hits air units. So I'm just curious. The animation is kind of interesting. I guess it does top down type of slap everything. But this is a nuke. This is a nuke, just like Maul throws his shark. He doesn't have the little freeze per se that like Maul has. So I think it's weird. I can see some areas where you might preference Maul over Razaak, but Razaak does have he does have some control a little bit. He's got these soul eating fish, so he can end up with a bunch of these soul eating fish around. I don't believe they don't have to be in his range, but they get triggered in different ways and can last a decent amount of time. But there is a passive here that they slow people down, I think, or stun. I think it was in his awakenings. Yeah. Slow eating fish will inflict slow on third awakening. So again, not too many people are going to get that. Maybe the whales, but it's okay. Anyways, cost 22. Pretty similar to Maul. It just has a lot of similarities to Maul. That's the way to say it. It's a legendary version of Maul. That's how he's going to work. Now you can get up to 10% XP with him, extra XP in each battle if you have Reve as well as him, and so you'll get a total of 10%. If you just have him, if just have Razaak, it's going to be a 5% bonus, which still something. Not crazy, but hey, it's something. His basic is an AoE like Maul as well. It's just not much more to say. I mean, he is pretty much like a legendary version of Maul. Very similar. So again, must have, not necessarily, but probably a nice to have. If I got him, I would definitely build him for Gear Raid 3 because I'm lacking the legendary marksman, and I'm trying to make it easier. So I would probably definitely go for him. Like I'd definitely build him if I got him. So but the main glory on here and the order in which I want them are Arrogance, then Olak, then Razaak. I guess I don't even need Olak that bad. I just know he's a good tank, so I would like him. But I do have a couple good tanks now. And then Arrogance. So Arrogance, this is a big damage dealer, ranked pretty high on guild boss damage, and can just be used in most areas. So you can kind of liken him a little bit to Zillitu with his attack radius, which he does get the extra block up here of attack. And let's go run through his attacks real quick. His basic attacks one enemy within one tile. With Demon Blaze, dealing 100% damage up to 120%, deal single target damage to enemies further away or airborne with the Demon Bow. So wait, why does it say single target damage to enemies further away? I mean, it was still single target. It says one enemy within one tile. So, oh, it just changes from blades to his bow. Okay, we get it. Then we have Hellfire, his ultimate, man. He's just going to do this devastating blow. That's an AoE, deal burning. Man, his talent on Demon Bow inflicts burning on the target. So there is a difference there. In Demon Blades, in normal stance, 30% chance to increase hero's attack speed by 40, stacks up to 3 times for 10 seconds. So that's kind of cool. His normal stance is trigger. So he goes into Berserker stance during his ultimate. So his normal stance is when he's not doing his ultimate. Then passive Infernal Feast. For every one enemy killed while in Berserker stance, receive 1 attack speed bonus stacks from talent. So he can generate a lot of attack speed on his own. When the stance ends, deals 80% AoE damage up to 10 adjacent enemies 2 times. It's not a huge amount, but hey, it's not bad either. You can add damage multiplier per attack up to 100%. So hey, nice. Devil's Dance, passive, attack one enemy within one tile with the Demon Blaze, dealing 100% damage. Wait, this is basic. That's not what I wanted. Devil's Dance, passive, Demon Bow, Demon Boomerang, 15% chance to attack 2 targets. Demon Blaze, 15% for double strike. It's pretty nice, and of course you can increase that there. He's just a really good damage dealer, part of Nightmare faction, and he's useful in many modes, just like you would use Zillitu in many modes. So I'm looking to pick him up. Arrogance is probably the top one I want out of this banner, and so that's what we're going for. In terms of awakenings, Berserker stance all basic restores 5% HP. That'd be nice to get some self-sustain on him. Crit damage increase, 50% extra damage to targets with burning. Yeah, of course. Rage regen +2. Hey, getting some natural rage regen is nice. When entering Berserker stance, immediately receive the maximum attack speed. Talent bonus. The first 5 attacks in Berserker stance deal 100% extra damage. Woo! That 5th awakening is pretty strong. You get to bounce straight up to the max attack speed there. So that is Arrogance. Again, gonna be useful in like every mode. You can see these ratings. These ratings are probably not far off at all. Good in everything. Even some usage in Gear Raid 3, because I use Zillitu there too. So hey, I am looking forward to hopefully picking up Arrogance. You guys can stay tuned for those summons. So how do you decide what to do? It's really what you want to go for, man. Do you want? I think your decision is mostly between Arrogance and Reve, or you try to go for both. If you're trying to go for both, then you just pick the one you want one copy of. I'll be honest with you, I'd probably try to pick up one copy of Reve first, then switch over. Since I know my pity is reset, I'm going straight in for Arrogance, and we'll see what we can do. I might not end up with anything, to be honest. I might have used all my luck on triple Vierna, but hey, it is what it is. So that's it. Make your decision. Who are you going for? Let me know down in the comments who you are going to be going for, if anyone, or are you going to wait and hold out for another banner? Let me know. That's it, guys. Those are the 3 characters coming, and I don't have access to the test server. Maybe they'll include me in that at some point. I would love to be able to show some actual footage and I think it'll be better to kind of talk through it, showing the actual footage, than to just keep reading the screen that you guys can read. But hey, I'm here to do this, and unfortunately, they also want us to keep promoting certain things. So here it is. I did a video on the new heroes. So stay tuned for more, especially those summons. And if I can get anybody, then we'll do some more detailed review on them. Stay tuned for the Void Rift content. I'm working my way through that. So we'll get the guides out for that. And yeah, we'll keep on trucking. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you in the next video.